Welcome back, everybody, to Switch the Culture. I'm excited today to be with my boy Darrious, one of my closest friends, my best friend, someone that I got to serve in Asia with. We just went to a new nation, actually, and I was so excited about this trip right here, boom, Japan, because that's
Man.
actually Darrius's promised land. And this was such a special trip. And Darius has waited 10 years to be able to go to Japan as God has really promised this nation to. So I just wanted to ask you, being on there, like on the ground, it's fresh, it's new. We both don't know Japanese. What did you feel?
So good.
Like, what did you feel being there?
Yeah. Just want to thank Ben. Like, he's killing it. You know, he's a good guy. Super honored to be friends with this amazing man of God. So, but to answer your question, surreal is probably a very small or little way of actually expressing what I felt. You know, being a 10-year promise, you know, that God gave me back in 2009, that he would give me his heart for Japan, and then actually being there with my best friend, with other people that I trust and love, just on a team, just going out and sharing the gospel was just crazy. You know, we saw a lot of stuff happen.
Crazy
and we
stuff.
saw, you know, we met a lot of cool people, and God set up tons of connections. But I mean, it's just nuts when you're actually there and you're seeing the culture for what it is. You're exploring things. You don't know where you're going on the subway. I mean, we didn't really get lost, but yeah.
Well, sort of. I mean, like one time we got a little, just a little bit, like. Now it's about to get real. Buddy sister.
Just to give a little grid for it too, you know, in the Tokyo area by itself, there's 40 million people. And so you have people all over going to work, hanging out with friends, doing this, doing that, and they all somehow know where to go, what to do. You probably have a few people who don't know what's going on because they're traveling like tourists, like we were in a sense. But we were just like, okay, God, you got to help us because we don't know what we're doing.
We got our tour guide, Junya. Junya over here, I call him AKA Junior. He's showing us what to do right now. Because we have no idea.
We just had a blast, man. We did outreach on college campuses. We, you know, went to a few churches and were able to preach and share and encourage the body of Christ. And we also served at a local church that's actually a coffee shop.
Yes, God, we love you. Yes, you're famous, God. You're the most famous in our hearts, God. You have permission this morning to love, to empower, and to represent. Father, we want you. Jesus, we say yes. Grace, we say yes to power. We say yes to the manifestation of your presence.
You know, we got to go to a lot of cool places in the city of Tokyo and do a lot of cool things. But I think the thing that really stood out to me the most, because Jesus is the most special prize for me, is seeing how present he is in Japanese culture and in the people. You know, I don't know if you know, but, you know, Japan, when it comes to Jesus, people who follow Jesus is probably less than 1% of the population believes in the Lord. And it's about 120 million people there altogether, about 40 million in the Tokyo area just by itself. And so that shows us that it's an unreached nation. And statistically, it's the second largest unreached people group in the entire world. And, you know, looking at past situations, you know, when it comes to unreached people groups, they're either up in the mountains or in this random village somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and people have to, you know, take boats and, you know, hike up stuff and do all kinds of stuff to get to the actual people group. But Japan is just there. It's an open nation. They have no hindrances when it comes to government, when it comes to economics, when it comes to society. People just live life and they do what they do. God would just draw them to us. And we don't really speak that much Japanese either, but somehow we were able to communicate. things made sense. We were able to share the gospel, and it went to show that God is actually fully active in the nation. Revival is there. It's just small.